Hey there, it's Jess. I'm coming at you with my very first voiceover video. Whoa, spooky. Here's a speed paint for y'all with my process in the form of a really poorly written voiceover. Let's go. Just a side note before we start though, I'm really sorry it's another zoomed out one. I have dumb idiot disease and just found out my program records what I see when I'm drawing, but my phone screen is small and I'm blind, so when it gets sped up, it's, yeah. Anyways, we're starting with the sketch/line art already drawn, since I did it on paper, just like in the Gloria video, but this time I'm erasing the bad lighting. Then, base colors. Pretty straightforward. I color picked off of his official art and then tweaked it to my liking, because for some godforsaken reason, everything has to have a pink tint to it in my art. The saturation has to burn my retinas, that's the only way I can operate. I finished laying down base colors for the skin, hair, teeth, and all the black areas of his uniform before fixing his head proportions very slightly, and then adding a red background to help me make sure I fill in every part of the white. Red's like a really good color for that because I could still see my line art, and I could also very easily tell if I missed a spot. Then I realized, after coloring the clothes, that Hop wears his uniform with the shirt tucked into the shorts. That's a really cool detail, by the way. I love that detail. But I had to go back to the paper sketch to patch that part up and, like, blend it in again. Coloring the logos took a bit of time, but I didn't really mind since the amount of detail in the Challenger uniforms are just, like, really cool to me. And the color scheme works really well, too. Like, mad props. Once the logos are finished, though, I moved on to the shading stage. Wow! Ooh, fancy! I tried something new on this piece, so instead of doing detailed cell shading, I tried shading with a low opacity brush, the same one I used for, like, base colors. Some color picking, blending, and absolutely no idea what I'm doing, it actually worked. I was thinking it would turn out, like, really disgusting and gross, and I would have to, like, restart and try another way to shade, but hey, it was pretty easy and it worked, so new technique learned. I also shaded the teeth there, and then, woo, doggy, it's on the clothes. I picked the skin shading colors by hand with the color wheel, but with so many logos on the uniform, I fudged it and just used a magenta color under the multiply setting. I'm sorry, I was really lazy for that part. It worked just fine though, for rough shading, and then I went in and did color picking again for touch-ups, to make sure the shading was crisp. The hair though, that was the hardest part. I had no clue what I was doing the first time around, and I had to restart. I was so afraid of messing it up again that I used 10 layers for the hair alone. Shocked my phone hasn't melted yet. This is the highest res thing I think I've ever drawn. The ending product was 34 layers. Then it's onto the background, which is pretty straightforward. I just found the trainer card background and made it higher definition by hand. It's a little bit harder than it looks. And then I plop it down with some fancy lighting. I also made his art into a full-on trainer card because I just so happened to draw Hop in the same pose as his card. I even tried to give it the little holographic effect. It didn't really work though, but that's fine, it's fine, I'm tired, this is done, they're done, I'm done. Let me know what you think, either down in the comments or on Twitter or something, I don't know. Follow me on Twitter, I'm almost at 2,000 followers. Have a lovely evening. I don't care if it's 5 in the morning when you're watching this, have a good evening. See ya!